Well, Bob Neal, what is your position in the Ross Soil and Water Conservation District?
I'm the administrator for the Ross Soil and Water Conservation District. We mainly help farmers with drainage, but we are involved with a wide array of conservation efforts, and we talked about them a lot tonight here at our annual meeting.
So it was a bit of a production here. You also had a speakers.
The board, every year we plan the meeting, and the board, it was recently after the East Palestine disaster, and water has been in the news, not only with that, but with a lot of topics nationwide. So the board really wanted to say, well, let's not take for granted that everyone knows where our water comes from and what's done to protect it. So we wanted to get local experts together to talk about water and where it comes from. We've learned tonight it comes from the Taze aquifer, and what's done to protect it, and the strict EPA and state and federal standards to keep our water safe. And we talked about farmers are very concerned. There was a representative from the EPA here. Farmers are concerned that they're often blamed for runoff, fertilizer runoff, and it's an open question. But farmers also have a concern, especially anyone with a creek or any property owner along a stream bank erosion. I mean, anyone that's been kayaking on Paint Creek can see corn plants falling into the river. And that kind of erosion endangers homes, and it's very expensive to repair. So we got some information from the experts about what producers, farmers can do to protect their stream banks from eroding.
I could see that you had time for only like one main question for each of the, 5 speakers? 4 speakers.
Where does our water come from? And what's being done to protect water quality? One of the other panelists had more of a statewide issue. It's from Heidelberg University. The district has been in a partnership really for about 30 years. There's an automated station that tests water 3 times a day, every day, and we ship those samples to Heidelberg University, the National Center for Water Quality Research, and it's part of their larger database. Dr. Johnson from the Institute told us today that they're now up to 23 stations that they test. But we also had Rachel Seacrest with the Ohio EPA, and we were real happy to have Kelly Spindler, who is the Environmental Health Director for the Ross County Health District. And we're very pleased to have Brad Long representing the Chillicothe Utilities Department. He had a lot of information, brought a lot of handouts for our audience tonight about water, about the water where the city comes from, or where the water in the city comes from, and what's being done to protect it. So we were happy to have our panelists here tonight. We also gave away some awards. We named Zach Zermely. Zach is a Clarksburg farmer. He's very aggressive with his conservation practices. Some of them, most people are aware that the federal government will subsidize many conservation programs, but not all. And Zach has been willing to do those, the ones that the government will pay for part of, and ones that he just pays for himself because he recognizes it as a good way to be a steward of the land. So we were happy to name Zach Zermely our producer of the year, our cooperator of the year. And we also, for the first time, maybe not if ever, the district's been around 75 years, but for the first time in recent history, we named an educator of the year. The district talked a lot about our expanding outreach and education activities, and a part of that has been Amy Fenton. She's a naturalist at Tar Hollow State Park, actually responsible for events at all 3 of the state parks in Ross County. But we work with Amy every May. Our wildlife technician, JT Flowers, does presentations at Tar Hollow and is in assistance with Amy Fitton. And we just think, since she's reached so many thousands of Ross County adults and children to get them excited about the outdoors, we thought she was a fitting candidate for our first Educator of the Year.
All right, so this is your big annual production, and for day-to-day needs, how can people learn more or contact you?
Well, we have a website, RSWCD.org. That stands for Soil Water Conservation District. And we're involved with a lot of conservation programs. We assist the FSA, the Farm Service Agency. So most people in the farming industry know about us, or we're in contact with them through the USDA. I explained during the meeting that the business of conservation, it's a very complex web. There's local and state funding, but there's also local and federal personnel. And it is all, I can see your eyes are glazing over. I can see, but yes, it is a complex web, and we all work together out of the USDA Service Center office at the Ross County Service Center. So that's the best way to contact us.
All right. Well, Bob Neal with the Ross Soil and Water Conservation District.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you very much.